sigma fx, sigma fy, square them.
Have you shared any screen?
No, nothing is shared on the screen.
Okay.
We are just recapitulating and trying to recollect, remember, and brushing up some memories. So, primary thing to combine two forces, two coplanar forces, obviously they will be concurrent if those two are non-parallel, and successively we can add with corresponding third force, fourth force, etc. If sigma fx is equal to 0, sigma fy is equal to 0 individually, then the system does not have any resultant force, so it is in equilibrium. That is there. Another possibility is that sigma fx0, sigma fy0, that's fine. But not necessarily it means that resultant moment is also 0. So there may be a resultant couple having some magnitude of the moment, and of course it sends clockwise or anti-clockwise with reference to certain origin or any reference point, etc. Next thing, non-concurrent forces, of course coplanar. So whatever we are discussing here, everything for forces on a plane. Now for 3-force system, the primary condition is they must be concurrent. That is very important. Here also, there can be some, they must be concurrent for equilibrium. If there is some individual sigma fx value, some individual sigma fy value, then we can square them, add them, get the square root, that is the magnitude of the resultant force. And of course, its direction and its location is also required. So for 3-force system, we can utilize the moment calculation also. It is there. And 3-force system or more number of forces, either it will be in equilibrium or some resultant force, its direction, its magnitude, along with its point of application or the position of the force. So this is the major idea or criteria to be considered for this solution of statics part or statics problem of your engineering mechanics. Okay. For dynamics part, that is not in our first year syllabus. It is specially provided for mechanical peoples for their velocity diagram, acceleration diagram, different link mechanism, etc., etc., the relative motions in theory of machines sessional. But that is not within our territory or periphery or jurisdiction, whatever you say. Okay. Now, okay, how many of you? 106. Good. It's a nice attendance. Now, do you find any page there?
Yes, sir.
So problem is very simple. Analytically, you can do it very easily. Now, can anybody summarize regarding the steps for solving this problem?
So we have to we have to take components of each in x and y axis. Just like 400 there is 500 is in x-axis and 100 is in y-axis. 400 cos theta will be in x-axis and 400 sin theta sin 60 degree will be in positive y-axis. Just like
yes, sir. On the x-axis, it will be 500 minus 400 cos 60 degree.
Yes.
Plus 400 cos 60 degree minus 250 cos 30 degree.
Okay. So what we do? First of all, we identify two directions, x and y.
Yes, sir.
Then we get sigma fx value and we calculate
Sigma FI.
sigma Fy value. So in sigma Fx, as you say, 500 directly
plus 60 degree minus 250 cos 30
400 cosine 60 degree, then
minus 250 cos 30 degree.
250 cos 30 degree, and no contribution from 100 Newton. And for algebraic summation of component of all forces along y positive direction, for 500 there is no contribution. For 400 it is
460 degree
400
400 sine 60 degree.
sine 60 degree.
Minus 100
Then
Newton.
for 250, not minus, it is
30
plus.
Okay, yes, sir. But the 100 Newton will be minus.
250 sine 30 and minus 100.
Minus 100.
So what about the individual values? Sigma Fx and sigma Fy.
0
अरे बेटा आइंस्टाइन तू चुप हो जा.
No, sir. It is not 0.
Find the resultant.
oh for
Root 3 divided by 2 multiplied by 400. So 200 root 3 minus 250. Oh, sorry, cosine 60 it is half, like sine 30. And for cosine 30 it is root 3 by 2. And ultimately, everybody must participate. Whatever small, easy.
Sir, sigma fx will be 700 plus 125 root 3.
Final value, final numerical value.
for 83.5
Sure?
Sir, sigma fx will be 483.75.
yes sir 483.5
483.5.
75.
Okay, chalo, 0.5, 0.75. Let us write 0.5. Then what about sigma Fy?
So 371.4.
371.4. Now when you square them, add them and get the square root,
the 609.68
so let us make it 7. 609.7. And what about the direction of the resultant in degree? Tan inverse sigma Fy divided by sigma Fx.
tan inverse 0.768
In degrees,
37.53.
0.
37.53.
yes 37
Now, some people prefer to put the degree at the end. Some people, they put the degree after that whole number 37, not after the decimal 53. So I prefer this one. Okay. Now other people also can check this calculation, and
It's coming 52, sir.
yes,
So 52 degrees something.
52. Now, definitely, if it is 37.53, what about this angle? 52 point something. So angle with y-axis and angle with x-axis, two things are there. One is tan inverse sigma fx over sigma fy. Other is tan inverse sigma fy divided by sigma fx. So 37.53 is the angle made with the x-axis. Okay.
I think the angle made with x-axis will be 52 point something.
50, yes, sir.
54.
37 is from y-axis.
Now one thing. If it is sigma fx and if it is sigma fy, which is the smaller value?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is 371. This is 483. So definitely this angle is less than 45 degree.
Yes, sir.
So बेटा एक होता है just methodically we do all these things. Other thing is our common sense. So at every stage we must apply that common sense. ये किसी किताब में लिखा नहीं रहेगा. 371 divided by 483, whether it is or by mistake it is coming to 52 degree. But that mistake you can identify by your application of your common sense. Okay. So this is the y component, which is less than the x component. So naturally this angle is less than 45 degree. So 37.53 degree, it is with the x axis. Right? So at every stage, there is a possibility of confusion. Whatever fundamental, primary, preliminary, easy, whatever it may be. But कहानी में कभी-कभी twist होता है ना? So ऐसा यहाँ भी. Okay. Now, in all these cases, the geometrical information is very important. Now, in this problem, the geometrical information is corresponding to these angles, 60 degree, 90 degree, 120 degree. And this angle is not directly given. So you have to calculate 180 minus 90 minus 60. So it is 30 degree. Now, if by any chance you subtract 90 degree from 180 and you write something erroneous, so naturally you will lead to some wrong result. So things are simple, but have some patience. Okay, think it twice before jumping over that whatever you are thinking. Okay. Now, similar such kind of thing is here. A load 1000 Newton is suspended by two strings AC and BC. A and B being at same horizontal level. Find the tensions in the strings. Yeah. Is this information complete or you need some more data?
I think it's complete, so it is complete.
Okay, so this geometry is very interesting. 3, 4 and 90 degree, definitely you have this distance.
5 meters.
Sir, please show me first problem on time, sir. First problem.
This is 5 meter. And if this angle is, sorry, theta 1 and if this angle is theta 2, then what about sine theta 1 cos theta 1?
So sin theta 1 will be 4 by 5 and
Sine theta 1 is 3 by 5. Perpendicular divided by hypotenuse.
Yes, yes. And 4 by 5.
cos theta 1 4 divided by 5 and sin theta 2 is 4 divided by 5 and sin theta 2 is 3 divided by 5. Done. So everything is done. So come here, theta 1, theta 2, identify this knot C, indicate the forces along the member AC and along the member BC. That's all. Sigma Fx0, sigma Fy0. That is for the equilibrium. Two equation. Solve for two unknown. Force in the member AC and okay. Now what about the tensions?
We have to take components of those. Let's assume T1 and T2.
Sir, 800 and 600.
800 and 600. Which one is 800?
B, sir. SBC.
SBC. This is 800 Newton. And this one is 600 Newton. Other people also please verify whether whatever your friend is telling it is true or not.
True, sir. Sir, here the magnitude of forces are actually proportional to the sides of the triangle that will form.
Good. Good observation. Where from we get that? It's the simple geometry. As if it is the joint of a truss and draw the free body diagram and complete that vector polygon. For equilibrium, it will be a closed polygon of three sides. Okay. So first thing is 1000 Newton is given. So draw a line 1000 Newton, the corresponding to this 1000 Newton some length. And then what about the member BC? You draw one line corresponding to the member BC from here. And another line from this point. We know this magnitude and direction for 1000 Newton. Now once we get the point of intersection, so definitely this is corresponding to this member BC and this is corresponding to this member AC. As angles are corresponding to this geometry, so you can understand the ratio. So SAC is to 1000. That will be the sine of the opposite angles. Now what about this angle?
Thir 37 degrees, sir.
Yes, sir. 37.
90 minus theta 2.
Which is 50.
Okay. And what about this angle?
Fifty-three, sir.
53.
Theta to 53.
I am not asking for any calculation. From simple
Theta 2,
geometry,
sir.
this direction is at an angle
90,
theta
90
1.
minus theta 1, sir. 90 minus.
This is 90 minus theta 1. Exactly.
45.
अरे बेटा numerical मत बोल. I have not calculated. Okay. Now SAC divided by 1000. That is
cos theta 2.
sine
90 minus theta 1.
90 minus theta 2 divided by sine opposite angle. This is 90 degree. ठीक है? So what about SAC? 1000
cos theta 2.
multiplied by cos theta 2. And what about cos theta 2? Cos theta 2 कितना है रे?
53 degrees, sir.
3/5.
3/5.
Cos theta 2 is 3/5. Okay, so SAC is 600. Simple geometry, but we are not measuring the lengths. It is a freehand sketch. We are marking those angles theta 1, theta 2 with their indications, not the real value of something tan inverse 3/4 or tan inverse 4/3, not in that way. Simply in that triangle indicate those angles. Internal angles will be 90 minus theta 1, 90 minus theta 2. And the ratio will be that simple sine rule. A by sine A is equal to B by sine B is equal to C by sine C from your school fundamental trigonometry rules. Okay, so we write that information and simply replace cosine theta 2 in terms of 3/5. That's all. But this problem is very simple so far as 3-4-5 rule we can apply. Even if it is not like that, if some other lengths are given or some real angles or slope of the members AC and BC are given, there is also no problem. We can directly utilize those things. But fortunately for this problem, we have selected this simple geometrical information. Okay, and we can verify for SBC. So for SBC, it will be SBC divided by 1000. SBC opposite angle is sine 90 minus theta 1, that is cosine theta 1. So what about cosine theta 1? 4/5 divided by sine 90, that is 1. So how much it is coming?
800.
So SBC is 800. So keep your eyes open, apply your common sense. You do not know how we can arrange all these things to get one perfect solution with less possibility of making error and consuming minimum time. So that optimization is very important. We don't have infinite time, particularly in competitive exams. In students' examination hall in any institute or colleges, normally we understand. You will find a 3 hours exam, you can finish 2.5 hours. But in competitive exams, number of questions will be much more than a normal student can solve those number of problems in the stipulated time.
What?
কেউ স্যারকে বার করে দিল।
सर को रिमूव कर दिया किसी ने।
सर चले गए क्या? सर को रिमूव नहीं कर सकते सर, ऑर्गेनाइजर आपको सिर्फ कर सकते हैं, remove नहीं कर सकते।
सर का नेट इशू है
भगवान।
नेट इशू।
और अगर और अगर किसी ने रिमूव किया भी होगा, आई कैन फील हिम ब्रो।
अरे भाई मैकेनिक्स मतलब वो ऑटोकैड से ड्राइंग करनी थी ना भाई, कैसे कर सकता है भाई?
वैसे ऑटोकैड है किधर?
अरे सर को अगर कोई निकालता तो ये जो लिविंग नहीं दिखाता।
अरे
लिखा है ना,
नहीं सकते मैं और के लिए
हाँ सर मुझसे लीक किया है या फिर सर का नेट इशू है।
नेट ही गया होगा, नेट ही गया होगा, नेट इशू।
हाँ नेट इशू ही है।
नहीं
ओ सप्तर्षि ब्रो
सप्तर्षि प्रो पढ़ाएंगे, सप्तर्षि प्रो टू फॉरवर्ड सीरियसली।
एक कंप्यूटर
रोहित
कनेक्ट कर
तू भाई सीरियस ले लिया था सर का क्लास, तू सीरियस कर रहा।
सर
अरे
सर
पढ़
भी
लेना भाई
सर भी लाइक 91 92 ऑटोकैड तुम्हारी
अरे अभी सब रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है, रिकॉर्डिंग ऑन है, इतना मत बको। रिकॉर्डिंग ऑन है।
थोड़ी सर देखेंगे, सर थोड़ी देखेंगे।